Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth, and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom, shalom, beloved Akiyam. And Akwath is just back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I just want to get into this brief lesson, share a few clips with you, beloved Akiyam and Akwath, talking to the complete degrade of the Babylonian woman, the modern woman in general, but primarily the Babylonian woman, because as we're aware of, the woman overseas, from Moab to Elam to the foreigners, foreign women, they're more or less, still in a subservient, woman mindset. I'll say it like that. They're in a position where they understand to, serve their man, be a helpmeet, to their man. They understand the value, of a man, and they play their role. Unlike this first world country Babylonian woman, which operates under the mindset of a metropolis queen. You see, they're in a position where they feel like they're in the position where they can be the authority. They feel like they're, for lack of better words, what word am I looking for? Justified, in their behavior. They put on this, this attitude, like, they don't need a man. All right, but now they're in a position where they're craving for one. They can't find one. Okay, they feel like they're living in the wrong places. They're going to the wrong places. They're not in the position where any good men are around them. Not realizing, contrary to them, is that us men, all right, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord's putting the spirit on the men. He's putting a certain spirit, on the men, over here in Babylon, to pretty much not want to deal with you no more. Your value is depreciating, all right, at a rapid rate. And we already know by the time you over 30, you pretty much about to hit that wall soon enough. And as Esau falls, you women are falling. Because we know Esau has used the woman as a special tool, Eve specifically, all right, to execute his reign as terror. She's been part of his madness. So Eve has been part of oppressing the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men. She's been part of the movement, through Women's Lib and all these various support systems that Esau offered her, which allowed her to, pretty much surpass, the Hebrew Israelite men. But now, as Esau's system falls, and he tries to do the impossible in the form of bringing forth this fourth industrial revolution, Eve is out here looking crazy now. Because now Esau is taking away her her WIC, right? These certain support programs, and now she's looking crazy, realizing that she needed a man the whole time, because now she can't be that independent, so-called Black, Latino, or Native American woman. She's coming to the conclusion now she needs a man. But as soon as she's come to that conclusion, we realize we don't need her. You see, and you women are feeling it now, man. This is why you women that are in the fold, hey, count yourself blessed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But I don't want to waste too much time on this. The video, this video down at the bottom here, No Men in Sight, that came across my feed last night. And this is what triggered the lesson when I watched this video of the Eve on the right, crying her eyes out, bawling her eyes out, man, because of her situation. But needless to say, I'm going to play all these. Not all the video of each one, but there's a few videos within each of the videos I'm going to show. Now, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, what I want to do before I tap into a video, let's go back into time, okay? Let's go back into time, because when you go into the scriptures, see, you women think your value is beyond the man. In reality, you come up from us. You see? You come from us, man. All right, when you go to the book of Genesis chapter 2, now is your role as a woman beautiful and important? Absolutely. To be in a position of operating the household through the order of the man and bringing forth children and, being in order, being a support system to the man. That's a beautiful role, man. Esau's then sold you the dream of going out there and getting it how you live. Getting where you fit in. Got you out there laboring. When here it is, you're really supposed to just be at home, man. All right, keeping the house in order. Cooking and cleaning, man. Really not doing nothing after that's all said and done. But you want to follow behind the serpent. And look at y'all now. Working jobs you don't like. Yeah, wait until I show you Aki Yamanakwa about this clip. But anyway, let's go here. This is the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 21, and it reads, "And the Lord Yahweh power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord Yahweh power had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man." Now this rib is not talking to an actual part of Adam's rib cage, all right, that he brought Eve from. No. This is allegorical speech. Genesis is a very abridged version of what was taking place. And you got to be in the spirit to be able to tap into this. Now, when you go precept upon precept, line upon line, all right, this rib, what it's talking to is pretty much Eve was a close to kin to Adam. Okay? And to prove that, this talking point, this slang, this speech, all right, when you go precept upon precept, let's jump to real quick. I believe it's is that Genesis, the 32nd chapter? When Jacob went to his uncle while he was fleeing from Esau. That was a little further back. Yeah, Laban, Rebecca's brother. He went to go meet up with Laban. Listen to what Laban said to him. Let me see here. Nope. Let's go back a little bit more. I think it's a little further back. I think it's 29. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. It's right here. And again, this is when Jacob, Rebecca, his mom, sent him to her brother, Laban, right, to stay there, to abide there for a bit while Esau cooled off, because Esau was hot to get at Jacob. Then he say, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob. The day of my father Isaac is at hand. Today, roughly paraphrasing, he said he's going to slay his brother Jacob, man. He was hot against him. So because he got Yaiquab for the birthright. He sold it and he was feeling some type of way. You know? So needless to say, just listen to this real quick, right? I'm going to go straight to the point. Genesis 29:13, and it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house, and he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. You see? And he abode with him the space of a month. That was his nephew. You see? So talking to the allegory that's being spoken of regarding Eve, all right, coming from Adam's rib, all right, this is talking to what? Her being close to kin to him is what this is talking to, if you can receive it. Anyways, continuing on. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones, see, and flesh of my flesh. You see, look it. She should be called woman because she was taken out of man. Okay? Because ultimately what? We carry the seed. We carry the sperm. Okay? We carry the X and the Y chromosome. We bring forth life, whether it be male or female. Okay? And when you get this word woman, real quick, we're just making sense of it. When you get the root word, when you get the root of the word woman, it goes into what? It goes into what? Woman. Look. Right? Female servant. Okay? Female servant. Which boils down to a wife. You see? Okay? So this is the reality. You women, you're female servants. You were brought forth to serve the man. Okay? And that's the reality of the story. And because you're in a position now where you want to lead, okay, you're out here looking crazy. Because you're operating out of order. Let's play this real quick. Matter of fact, I got one more precept to back up what we're talking about, and we'll get the clip. Let me get this real quick in 1 Timothy. Is it 1 Timothy 5? Bear with me. That's why Scripture says this, based off the, Eve coming from Adam's rib talking point. 1 Timothy 5. I think I'm in the wrong book. Yeah, I think it's 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. That's why it says this. All right. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Okay. Adam was first formed, then Eve. We were even created before you, Eve. We were created, the man, the male was created before the woman. And this is what you women don't get. You think so highly about yourself. You think you're the the more important piece of the pie. No, man. According to the scriptures, according to creation, the man, the male, is more important than the female. And again, the position you play as a woman, you incubate, the seed, and You act as the earth. You bring forth, the root for it can bud and bring forth life. That's beautiful, man. Your whole lot is beautiful, man. And ultimately, you've been contaminated by the ways of Esau and by his mindset, by his philosophies, man. And now you think you more than that. Not realizing that a man is what makes you even worth anything. You see? You worthless without a man. That's the reality. And don't say we're worthless without you, because we can go get another you, Eve. We can bring forth an Israelite through any woman, heathen or not. Okay? We don't have to bring it. We don't have to bring. We can bring the seed back through a Moabite, through a Chinese woman, man. See? You see the reality of this thing? Here's what you should have gotten in order a long time ago. But anyways, let's go here real quick. And hopefully my phone doesn't act up.
I just came to the realization that, like, if you're 40 years old, you're never gonna find love. Like, oh my God. Sorry, I woke up like really, really emotional because I was married for, oh my God, I need to stop. I was married for over 20 years, and like, I was so used to being a wife. Like, I loved being married, like, I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to.
And at the same time, having a man on the side. Okay? Having a man on the other side of the fence or what have you. She's talking all that. See, that right there, that'll fool a modern man. Okay, a mere mortal man, one of these Babylonian men. But even they're coming to the conclusion that you women ain't shit and that you lying out your neck. Because if that was the case, like the comment said, you wouldn't have filed for a divorce. I seen a comment pop up saying no, you weren't, because if you were, you wouldn't have filed for a divorce. Exactly. So we know that's all a I'm just being facetious when I say this. When she left Raul, for Nick, she realized Nick was in the way. She tried, and then she went back to her ex, man. And now she's in a position where she's playing second string. At the end of the day, that's her story. And see, you women are losing. I'm gonna let this play a little more.
It's like, yeah, you date people and like sparks fly, and then it's just like, oh, I found better,
This is another classic case of a woman who had a loyal husband, a stable home, and 20 years of shared history, and still said, I'm bored. So she left. Why? Because the spark was gone. Ma'am, it's a marriage, not a fireworks display. Then she met some new guy who gave her butterflies, which, let's be honest, was just emotional instability wearing cologne, and thought she'd struck gold. A few brunch dates and a couple backseat makeout sessions later, he vanished, just like her metabolism did in her 30s. Now she's in her 40s on TikTok with tears in her eyes, wondering why dating is so hard. She left the man who chose her at her worst, and now she's shocked that men aren't lining up to wife her, when her idea of romance is sending memes at midnight. Let's be real, she didn't leave because he was a bad man. She left because Instagram told her she could do better. Now she's out here in the dating pool, where the deep end is full of red flags and the shallow end is full of dudes asking for feet pics. She chased the spark and ended up with smoke, screenshots, and solo dinners. That's not empowerment. That's self-sabotage in high heels.
And that's how you women operate, man. You women, you want more. You're never satisfied. It's because Esau, man. He's molded you into a covetous, see-through harlot, man. And now you're to the point now where, hey, you losing. We don't need no more of her. Let's go to let me go here real quick. There's a few. I want to just get through these quick. There's one I want to show towards the end. Let's play this one.
Women don't even have a mental capacity to chase men like how a man is supposed to with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even in our nature to do it. But it's like we're being pushed into that. A lot of men are now leaving it up to women to...
And this is fair use. You know, these clips I'm playing, fair use. I'm not making any, profit off of any of these videos. It's for educational purposes only. All right, fair use. Now, this dude right here, I mean, he be bringing out some good information regarding these women. I don't watch him like that, but his videos do pop up on my feed. And again, one of them popped up last night, which is what triggered this video here, but this lesson through the spirit. But needless to say, check this out. Listen to Jake.
Ask for their phone number, pursue them. A lot of men are now leaving it up to women to ask for their phone number, pursue them, holler at them. And we talking about men over 40, right? And it's crazy to me because literally a generation before them, those men were the hunters and, you know what I'm saying, pursuing women. And I'm confused because I don't know what the hell happened. Is it the Me Too movement that fucked this shit up? Or is it the feminist movement, which none I am a part of, okay? I didn't ask for this shit.
I think it's a combination of things, right? As you get older in life, you realize that you want to deal with less nonsense, right? The more you live, the more you realize that you want your life simplistic, right? Simplistic. You don't want to deal with the headache, chaos, destruction, and nonsense that comes with certain things, right? And if you're not bringing peace and tranquility into my life, then I'm good. So to answer your question, yeah, the Me Too movement definitely is a factor for sure, because a lot of women, modern women, have weaponized the Me Too movement for certain things, right? We've seen it with the finance, we've seen it with the status and clout, fame, and attention, all this other stuff, or they just simply don't like you, right? There's women that will deploy the Me Too movement based on them not liking you or trying to get revenge, so on and so forth, right? We've seen it time and time again. So yeah, it's not just the Me Too movement, it's a collection of different things, but let's keep going.
I'm trying to figure out who dropped the ball, because now we got a whole bunch of men walking around here like they want to be the fucking women and we the fucking men. And it's tiring as fuck, honestly. You meet somebody and they really expect you to like hit them up. They don't do shit no more. And it's really sad that we have these type of men now. But I don't know if it's our fault, not me personally, but women's fault as a whole, because we kind of made these motherfuckers like this. You know what I'm saying? Like scared to approach us, scared to say shit, scared to like even be intimate with you. Men are naturally meant to be the hunters.
I mean, if they're interested in
What you hear? Calling us motherfuckers. You know? What she doesn't realize is we're not dealing with, certain types of you women, man. And she heard she doesn't want to take accountability. Not me. But, as far as we, who dropped the ball, this and that. No, you women dropped the ball, man. You women dropped the ball. Okay, at the end of the day. Because you follow behind the serpent. Right? You believed in what the serpent had to offer you. And now as you see the serpent crumbling, and falling by the wayside, you want to come crawl back. Okay, you want to come crawl back, man. But it's not working out as you planned. You see? And now you Eves are losing. Horribly, man. Horribly. Let's get a little more of this.
Relationships and marriages, put yourself out there. Pursue men. Throw out choosy signals or choosing signals where men may pick up on it and perhaps approach you, right? Throw some bait out there where, at the very least, a man knows that definitely you're interested in him. I'm just saying, right? You got to do something instead of boo-hoo-whining and complaining online at the fact that men are no longer approaching women. I mean, after all, this is the environment that they created. Stupid games get stupid prizes. I'm just saying.
And women are the gatherers. Like, women don't even have a mental capacity to chase men like how a man is supposed to with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even in our nature to do it. But it's like we're being pushed into that. And it's not a natural thing. I'm ready for the end. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm asking.
What has ended is the era of simp. You see? The era of simp has ended. You know, because in reality, when you look at it, she's off. She's going off. Because in reality, a woman, okay, is supposed to pursue a man. You see? Like when you look at it in the Lion King, not comparing us to no lions, but when you see how the lioness acts towards the male, you know, yeah, he presses her, you know, but you know, when she's ready, she gives signs, man. She pushes up on him. She starts spraying them down, you know what I'm saying? Like as you women have no natural affection, man. And this is what I'm talking to. You know, like old boy had mentioned, throw some signs out there, man. Throw some tokens out there, man. You women think too highly of yourselves, you Babylonian women. And we're speaking to you Babylonian women, is who we're talking to. Okay? You think too highly of yourself. You see? There'll be a man that you interested in, you expect him to come press up on you. You ain't giving them no signs. Because a lot of you women are proud. Okay? You're proud. And that's why you're losing. Next. All right, check this one out.
You want me out here working?
Now I like this one. Check this out.
Just get a cat.
I claim this one for the kingdom. But anyway, look.
If I go on one more date, if I have one more encounter with a man in his early 30s telling me that what he's looking for is a hustler, that he's looking for a queen to build an empire with, to be hustling for the next 5 years, I'm officially tapping out. Because what y'all don't get is us girlies in our early 30s, we've been hustling. We fell victim to the girl boss shit, and we was girl bossing for the last decade. We went to school, we started our businesses, we bought houses. We've been doing this shit on our own. We've been on our independent woman shit. And you talking to me about hustling another 5 years? My mans, I'm trying to have some babies. And you want me out here working too and hustling? You got me fucked up.
Hey, you heard what she said? They've been, right? Hustling. By themselves. They ain't without no man. You heard her. And this is what this society allows Eve to do. This is what society allows Eve to do. This society allows Eve to make power moves and surpass the man. Being that this society is built for her. It's a metropolis. This is why you have the Statue of Liberty. All right, which could be a hermaphrodite, but needless to say, you know, a queen of heaven. It's something that's pushed in Babylon the Great. But what you women is beginning to realize in real time, let's get a scripture. When you go to 1 Timothy chapter 5, this is the condition you're in now. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6. And it reads, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You heard what she said? She said, I'm trying to have some kids, man. Let's listen to her again.
If I go on one more date, if I have one more encounter with a man in his early 30s telling me that what he's looking for is a hustler, that he's looking for a queen to build an empire with, to be hustling for the next 5 years, I'm officially tapping out, because what y'all don't get is us girlies in our early 30s, we've been hustling. We fell victim to the girl boss shit, and we was girl bossing for the last decade. We went to school, we started our businesses, we bought houses, we've been doing this shit on our own. We've been on our independent woman shit.
Look at her now.
And
stressing.
you talking to me about hustling another 5 years?
No, man.
My mans, I'm trying to have some babies.
Through.
I'm trying to have some babies.
See?
You want me out here working too and hustling? You got me fucked up.
Showing you that everything she was doing before that, it didn't amount to nothing. Which had this scripture it speaks loud right here, man. She was living in pleasure, but in reality she was dead, man. Because now her purpose, which is to bring forth babies, has not been fulfilled. She's obviously over 30 and she doesn't have no kids yet. She got money, she got her business, she got her degrees, right? But no babies though. Which is your purpose, which is why you're even, that's what you're built to do. You're built to bring forth babies, man. And that's why as you come off this dopamine hype of being that boss bitch and you don't need a man, when you come off that hype, as you start creeping up into them into 30 and early 30s and mid 30s, you're like, oh shit, I don't got a little one, man. Your egg factory's running low. You fucked up. And this is the situation you women are running into. This is the realization you're coming to, man. This is the realization you're coming to. Let's go here. I got one more clip.
To compete in not enough cardio.
Oh, when your man is
Okay, you have women out
Oh,
here.
before I play this one, let me play this one real quick.
That's funny.
Listen to this.
beat him, put your hands on him. I'm not the friend that you call when your man is acting up, because I'm going to tell you to put your hands on him.
And that's Eve. See, Eve be trying to go toe-to-toe with her man. This is why we stay far away from you nigga woman. Yup, I'ma say it. Because this is your mentality, man. And all these other women be following behind you. This is your mentality. To hit on your man, man. And we see it. Like, this is why we stay far away from you, man. Because here it is. You would hit on your man, and then he'll earth you in self-defense. And now you're calling the cops. Now he's doing prison time. You nothing but trouble, man. This is why we stay away from you Eves. You N-dubs. You N-dubs are the most undesirable. I'll put it like that. You know, with the exception of, you know, the beloved Aqua, you know that in the truth. You know, there's an exception to the rule. Even with, you know, N-dubs that are in the world. But, I mean, personally, I'd rather not. And I'm just speaking as a man. You know, via past experiences. And nah. In the kingdom, yeah. In Babylon, nah. Unless it's the Lord's will. Hey, I can't say that. If it's the Lord's will, hey, you already know, because Isaiah 4 is going to kick off. So it's all through the spirit and power and will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua at the end of the day. But as far as what I prefer, I'd rather not. You see? Anyways, Let's let her go. Let's go here. I want to get the clip out. This right here. All right, she's the poster child of Eve losing.
It's 8:09 a.m. June 23rd, 2025. And I am currently at a job that I don't like. It is not my passion. For years, I have done things, worked jobs, things that make me so uncomfortable just to be able to pay bills and provide for my kids. I can no longer do that no more. It does not fulfill me. I'm such a creative person. I'm an artist. I rap. I sing. I can style. I can do hair. I'm such a creative person. And this 9 to 5, it does not show the creative person that I am. I am making a vow right now, today. I cannot live like this. I hate it. I'm going to start putting me first. I'm not going to deal with this no more. I'm walking out on faith. I'm stepping out on faith, excuse me. I'm giving it all to God, and I'm asking Him, please remove me from this. You know all my talents, and I'm willing to work to get there, Lord Jesus. This I just cannot know. I can no longer do this no more. It's breaking my spirit. It's dulling my shine. And I refuse to do it.
So my first initial thoughts to this is she mentioned kids with an S. So where's the dad/dads in this equation? Why do you feel that you need to do this alone? Are you doing this alone? Did you choose to do this alone? Did you choose a Pookie and Ray Ray? Did you choose a guy that wouldn't necessarily stick around? Right? I just have so many questions when it comes to that. That's number one. Number two, unfortunately, you're an adult, right? I mean, it is what it is. People go to jobs and do jobs.
Right, and every time Eve falls into a strait, she's always looking for sympathy. All right, she's always face close to the camera, bawling her eyes out. You know, she got the cartoon character, size teardrops coming down the cheek, man. You know? But when she's out there bawling, all right, with butterfly eyelashes, baby hair coming across her forehead, right? She's decked out, right? She's driving out. She got that little Nissan. You can't tell her nothing. She's giving you that nigga please look, and then stares off into the distance and acts like you don't exist. But now you're in a position where you need a man. You're working a job you don't like because you were in that Me Too spirit. All right, now it's you too. Okay, now it's you too. See, you women got to come to the realization, man. Hey, listen, you need a man, man. Point blank, period. You need a man. There's no way around it. All right, and now ultimately, you're reaping what you sowed. And guess what? We don't feel bad for you. All right, because your asses are wicked. All right, let me get this real quick. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 19, it reads, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. Why? All right, because if you give her a chance to guide abroad, she'll she'll ride every pogo stick in sight. All right, and the scriptures tell us that. Let me jump out of here real quick. Let's jump up to the 26th chapter real quick. See, you can she's got to have a bridle on her, a woman. You need to be led by the man. You need to have a yoke on you. Bear with me. Right here. Now this is talking to a daughter, but it's talking to a woman. A woman. This is the mindset of a woman. Right? But it's in the daughter context. Listen. Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 10, it reads, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Right? Because she needs to be guided. Before in the days of old, okay, before a father married off his daughter, she was under his law. You see? He had the yoke on her. He was her guidance. Because a woman needs to be led. That's the reality. If not, let's continue to read. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he has found the water fountain. When he had found the fountain and drink of every water near her. You know what that's talking to, right? By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. You see? This is the reality. This is the reality of how a woman will get down if she's not being guided. If she's operating under her own accord, she's looking like this at the end of the day. You see? Because society led you to believe that you don't need no man, your man ain't shit. And that's why men are going elsewhere. Okay? As a matter of fact, I got one more little clip. But let's go ahead. Yeah, that's pretty much the point right there. Let me get this clip real quick. There was another one that I had came across. I found it right here. Check this out. Jake is balling across seas, man. Check this out.
Oh, he don't like that. Speak a little Chinese mixed with English, and these girls go crazy for them. You've got maybe 5 or 6 cucumbers hidden among 100 toothpicks, but with black guys, they're all cucumbers. I want to learn Chinese from you. Then he just focus on making them laugh and having a good time.
I'm from New York.
They don't have the same values as these women overseas.
There you go. You hear what old boy just said? They don't have the same values as the women overseas. You see? You Babylonian women are full of yourselves, man. A lot of you are overweight. Okay? Disrespectful. All right? You have a dominant mindset. You have this alpha mindset. You don't know how to sit your ass down and shut your mouth. You see? And that's why men are going across seas, man. And this is the reality of the story. And I'm going to leave it right there. There ain't no need to beat a dead dog. Hey, you women that are in this council, Kahalayam La, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right, because these Babylonian women are through. And if Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has allowed you to come into his courts, okay, and dwell in his light, count yourself blessed. Count yourself blessed, Akwaf. You know, and may Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, link you up with the man of the Lord. You know, because as we know, we'll leave you with this. Let's go back to that First Timothy. I think it was the second chapter I was in. Yeah, it is. Let's read this again. Matter of fact, let's close up with this. 1 Timothy 2:15. Notwithstanding, she should be saved in childbearing. Right? If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, man. You see? So ultimately what? A man is going to be a cover from the tempest, man. Remember, the Lord said he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold, not a woman. You see? not a woman, man. So again, hey, count yourself blessed, Akwaf. If the Lord has allowed you to dwell within these courts and pretty much set you up, to be, to come into, union, with a man of the Lord. It's the Lord's will. Isaiah 4, hey, let's close up with Isaiah 4. It's going to go down. Remember, all men's goings are of the Lord. You'd be surprised how this thing plays out. And someday in the future, you may have to relocate for some reason, whether it be for work or family situation, whatever. You think, oh, you're not even thinking anything of it. You done relocated because you're about to be drawn in. You're about to be side by side with the man of the Lord, man. Unbeknownst to you. The Lord is amazing, man. Look at Isaiah 4 and 1, and it reads, and we'll close up with this. And in that day, 7 women, 7 going into a complete number. A woman, right, shall take hold of what? 1 man. Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, man. And these are going to be the, women that are of the elect. That come to the realization that they need a strong, God-fearing man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to work a work. He's gonna have mercy on whom he will have mercy. And at the end of the day, hey, he's the director of this movie, man. But I'm gonna leave you with that. Akiyam and Akwaf. Hey, Eve is losing. These Babylonian women losing. Okay? Now they're hitting the wall. Now they're not in a position where they're picking and choosing. All right? Here it is. They want to be picked and chose. But they're losing. Okay? Eve and E are losing. Shalom.